I am coming to you today wearing my nurse hat. As you can see, I have my scrubs on to just do a brief PSA about this coronavirus. I know many of you know about coronavirus, or you're learning about it, you're watching the news, you're seeing all the different announcements. The biggest thing right now that we can really be mindful of in this time of uncertainty and all the different changes that are going on with all the things that we're learning new about corona is to stay safe. How can we do that? I really am challenging all of you guys to live on purpose. We're going to use the acronym PURPOSE. I know this sounds corny and nerdy, but if it helps you remember what you can do, whether you're essential personnel, whether you're non-essential personnel, everybody's essential in this fight to make sure that we stay safe. And that's something that I cannot stress the importance of enough. So please live on purpose. The P in the U of purpose, stay put. Stay in your house. I don't think we quite understand how important it is and how much we are saving lives by staying home. Like, I know that I might not necessarily have the option. I am caring for patients who are rule out cases at the hospital that I'm at when I've been in. And when I tell you that because there's so much going on and so many new things that we're learning about this virus and how it's transmitted, the safest thing to do is stay home. And I'm not saying lock every door, lock every window, this, that, and the third. People do need fresh air. Walk in your yard. Try to, if you have to walk your dog, be mindful of like spacing on sidewalks and what have you. But don't go out to the store. Don't have that party. When I'm also seeing, and you know, I love a good kickback or a good little party, people grilling, people having parties. Ma'ams and or sirs, stay your butt at home. Don't quarantine and chill. Come on now with your friends, because you're exposing people unnecessarily and you're risking lives unnecessarily. And I'm gonna be honest, resource-wise, as you know, things are very tight. So please stay P.U.P.O.S.E, okay? The R of purpose. We're going to be rational and we're going to ration things. And I'm not saying that obviously we're like in this food shortage or whatever, but we want to be smart with our resources during this time, okay? Being rational, just like staying clear in your mind, in your headspace. I know there's a lot of anxiety that can be associated with this time because there's a lot of things that we don't know. We're still learning each and every day with all the different stats that are coming out about the instances of people being affected by the disease, as well as death rates, which can be very scary and overwhelming and, you know, increase your anxiety. So I want y'all to be very mindful of your breathing. I want you to be mindful of your anxiety. Take some time to rest and relax. Sometimes social media can be very overwhelming. I know I can get overwhelmed by it. So turn off your phone, watch a TV show, take a break from the news, but be aware of what's going on. Read a book, learn a language, spend time with your kids, play a game, go for a walk, knit, do all of these different things that can help relax you. I challenge you to, if it's something that you would want to do, write down a list of things that help you relax. If you see a therapist, do the teleconferencing. I know a lot of friends that I know that do see therapists are either on the phone or doing the video chat to just stay calm. And the other R of that for the rational is making sure that we're rationing our resources. So I know a lot of people are going out, stores are bought up on toilet paper, stores are bought up on all the food, the meats and stuff. You don't need to buy out the whole meat section. I did read an article about a couple who did that in Canada, which I think was very inappropriate. We have to be mindful that all of us are trying to live and that we need to be kind and mindful of our neighbors. And that doesn't mean necessarily the person that lives next to you, but that might be that elderly person that you know that can't get to the store. That might be the homeless person who doesn't have a home to go to while all of this stuff is going on, but still will be affected by it and still will affect our community. if they happen to get corona. So make sure that you're not just going out to the store, buying up everything, because you need to stay safe. We all need to stay safe. We all have to be mindful of each other, and using our resources and not blowing through things, just to make sure that we can get to the next phase of this. The next P is pray. I don't know about you, I'm Christian, but that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody's Christian. I'm aware of that. But if you believe in a higher power, if you believe in something that just gives you strength or gives you purpose or gives you meaning, and Christianity is something that does that for me, please use that energy to not only help yourself but help encourage people around you. Sit down, say a little brief prayer. If anything, I know for myself, I went through like my Bible and looked at different encouraging Bible verses for myself, like Isaiah 41, Matthew 7:7, Psalms 23:4. One of my favorites is 2 Timothy 1:7, where it says, God did not give us a spirit of fear or timidity, but of power, love, and of a sound mind, or of a mind of discipline. And what does that mean? Just right now during this time, it's easy to be scared, but if I am equipped with the energy and the power and the purpose to live my purpose, to be strong, to be encouraging, to love on people, to be able to heal, to be able to help, I'm gonna live in that regardless of what's going on around me. So that's where my headspace is at right now, and I'm just staying in that headspace and keeping other people in that mindset as well. The next two letters, the O and the S, are ordering and shopping. So you, as essential people, even if you're not necessarily considered essential personnel, let's be mindful of the people who are essential personnel who might not necessarily be in healthcare, but are our grocery store workers, that are our gas attendants, who are just other people who work in service industry, our dietary people I know at the hospital, our our janitors, our trash collectors, what have you. So making sure that we're not making life harder on them and keeping them safe. So especially grocery store wise, and this is more of the focus for that part of the acronym, is order online if you have the opportunity to do that. I know a lot of different places have services that you can get your groceries, and don't make multiple orders. Make a list, be efficient, make your list of the things that you need to do, make your order, get your stuff, and then obviously be mindful of how you're using it, and then don't order until you are getting close to the time that you need some more things. I know a lot of people are afraid that we're going to run out of goods, but if we're being silly about how we use our resources, we definitely will be. But also if we're putting these people again at risk, because instead of us all going and rushing the grocery store, they're doing that work for us, but they're also exposing themselves. Be mindful of them for that, because they're just as important as anybody else, if not more, within this fight against Corona. The other thing is shopping. Be very smart when you shop. If you have to go out, again, I love lists. Make your list of your essential things. Make sure when you get to the grocery store, be mindful if you have hand sanitizer, if you can wash your hands, keep your hands clean, keep your hands out of your face, wipe down any of the handles on shopping carts, the inside of the shopping cart. If you can, keep children at home, and have as few people go with you to the store as possible. If you can, wear a mask. If you don't have a mask, wear a bandana or some type of covering over your mouth just to be safe. If you can, wear gloves, and also being mindful of, when you wear gloves, don't wear the same pair of gloves in multiple different stores, because in a sense that defeats the purpose of wearing gloves. If I go grocery shopping, I make sure everything's cleaned off. I wear my gloves in the grocery store. I know multiple people handle fruits and vegetables, and I am big on my veggies and my fruits, so I touch things and what have you. When I leave that store, I take off those gloves. Even if you want to be super extra safe, sanitize the gloves before you take them off, and then pull them off and turn them inside out and throw them in the trash, and then sanitize your hands again to just be safe. Because of everything that's going on, again, we have to be mindful of our shopping and our spending, because again, that's one of the ways that we're still interacting with people, and again, we can still expose people even if we're not aware that we're sick or other people are sick, because a lot of people are asymptomatic. The last letter of this acronym is our E, and is our energy. Again, I just want you all to just like really stay encouraged. I know right now is kind of overwhelming and daunting, but I saw a quote that a family friend had posted, and it was just so timely in everything that's going on. It's a Malcolm X quote that says, when we turn I to we, even illness becomes wellness. So if we can just begin to continue to have that energy, to be able to look out for one another, to be able to be mindful of our neighbors, and that might mean, you know, a lot of people are like, what can I do? How can I be of help? And that can be kind of overwhelming, or make us just not feel that great. Again, staying home is helpful. That makes you the superhero. I know in my community, one of the things that our food bank is having a hard time with volunteers. If you have the purpose and in your mind to do something, and you want to get out of the house, but you want to be safe, but also be mindful of your neighbors, volunteer if you can do that, if that's a safe option for you. I know a lot of neighborhoods are getting together to look at lists of different people who are like elderly or immunocompromised, who can't get to the store. Go grocery shopping for a neighbor, just pick up a couple items for them and drop it off on their porch so they can pick it up if they can do that. All of this different energy is really helpful, and if we can just have a chain reaction of love versus fear and hate and anxiety and all these different things, it's gonna make this season in our life a lot more tolerable, and we're gonna come out of this stronger than we ever expected. So I hope that you find that encouraging. Remember to live with purpose. Remember that if you have any questions or just anxious about this, I am not in infectious disease, nor do I claim to know that much detail about everything that's going on, in the sense that this is not my specialty. I am in medical surgical orthopedics, but I can just say what I'm learning as we're going through to protect myself, but to protect my family, and the articles that I'm also reading. If I find anything that is helpful, I will be mindful to share. But please just be safe, love one another, pray for one another. Peace and blessings. This is Lex, Nerdy Natural.